It's Celtic Christmas Music number 76. Welcome to Celtic Christmas Music. I am Marc Gunn. I'm a Celtic musician with Christmas music and a podcaster, and we are promoting Celtic culture through Christmas cheer. Today's show is a re-release of episode number 586 of the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, Celtic Folk Christmas. If you're not ready for Christmas music in September, then go listen to the Irish Celtic Music Podcast. It features the best independent Celtic music online every week. Then once a year, there's also a Christmas episode. I want to remind you that Celtic Christmas music is funded by people just like you. For as little as $1 per episode, you can support new Celtic Christmas music episodes and have it shared with thousands of Celtic and Christmas music fans around the world. Your small donation helps me a lot to produce these episodes. So, please give what you can. You won't even be charged for any episodes until the very last one of October. That's going to go out in November, but it'll be the very last. It'll be pre-released for all the patrons. A great way to enjoy the show as well is by listening on Patreon. So if you enjoy this podcast, it would mean a lot if you'd become a Celtic Christmas patron. You can also just follow the Patreon page. There will be some cool stuff there as well. And without further ado, let's listen to the 2022 Celtic Christmas special. If you hear music you love, please support these artists. You can visit the show notes to find out more about them and follow the show at CelticChristmasPodcast.com. The Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, show number 586. And Nollaig Canadiv. Welcome to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, helping you celebrate Celtic culture through music. I am Marc Gunn. I'm an Atlanta-based musician and podcaster, and this podcast is here to build our diverse Celtic community and help the incredible artists who so generously share their music with you. If you hear music you love, please email the artists to let them know you heard them on the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast. And if you also do streaming, why don't you add one of their tracks to one of your playlists. You can find a link to all the artists in the show notes, along with show times and chapters for each song when you visit our website at CelticMusicPodcast.com. Now, like Hannity, this is indeed our Christmas special. We're just a few days away from Christmas, and I want to wish you an absolutely wonderful holiday season. We kicked off the show with Roos and David Blonski with Winter's Eve Aire. It's from their Christmas album, A Winter's Dance. Next up is Triskele with Dona Nobis Pacem from Christmas Is A Comin.
Dona Nobis Pacem, Pacem. Dona Nobis Pacem. Dona Nobis Pacem, Pacem.
each flake of snow that melts on my window, we're getting close to Christmas. 12. With each gift wrapped, each lip chapped, we're getting close to Christmas. For every door ajar on the advent calendar, we're getting close to Christmas. 10. With all that FedEx, Amazon and UPS, we're getting close to Christmas. And even though I've seen Christmases galore, somehow I'm more excited than ever I've been before. We're getting close to Christmas. We're getting close to Christmas. For each call or Zoom, every festive tune, we're getting close to Christmas. We're getting close to Christmas. Every recipe shared, every neighbor who cares, getting close to Christmas. For all the frontliners and all the isolators, we're getting close to Christmas. Getting close to Christmas. And some of you might think Christmas is a bore, but somehow I'm more excited than ever I've been before. We're getting close to Christmas. 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 For each excited child who yearns to run wild, we're getting close to Christmas. We're getting close to Christmas. And though this year was crazy, I think that just maybe we're getting close to Christmas. Yeah, we're getting close to Christmas. And some of you might think Christmas is a bore, but somehow I'm more excited than ever I've been before. We're getting close to Christmas. 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 Happy Christmas, Christmas. Winter solstice, warm meat and bread, a cauldron full to gather at Yule. Winter solstice, candles in red and white and gold, let night unfold.
Winter solstice, fire on display, return of light when spells take flight. Winter solstice, the shortest day, the longest night, awaken delight.
The rebirth of our horned God, the newborn solstice sun, infancy and innocence, praise him everyone. Look into the fire, growing in its height, deep inside this pyre.
The start of lasting
Remaining half of
love.
the year is over, reminding us of patience, of love.
Now it is cold, but it gets warm, and it will grow. Light rains over Let the light in, let the light
The rebirth of our horned God, the newborn solstice sun, infancy and innocence, Praise him, everyone. Look into the fire, growing in its height, deep inside this pyre.
Let the light in, let the light grow.
You may have noticed that that was an extra long set, and we do have a longer show than normal. After Triskele came the Chivalrous Crickets with Wexford Carol and First of Winter from A Chivalrous Christmas. Then Enda Reilly with Getting Close to Christmas from Christmas is With Us, and I'm really enjoying his music this year. Bart Zeal was after that with Winter Solstice from December Celebrations. And finally, Alisa Marie with Ding Dong Merrily on High from her new holiday album, Winter Harp by the Fireside. I want your feedback. What are you doing today while listening to the podcast? You can send a written comment along with a picture of what you're doing while listening. Email, voicemail message to CelticPodcast@gmail.com. Antje Wilk wrote from Germany last year. This is now the test of whether you really answer personally, even to a weird German who is nothing but an advanced English learner who stumbled across and fell in love with the Irish language and music while searching for English listening fodder on the internet. In the middle of 2019, I got an Irish neighbor who didn't speak a single word of German and asked me for assistance all the time. Luckily, I came across the right online English teacher on Instagram who brought me out of my shell. I soon realized that I love the English from the south of Ireland the most. It was only a matter of time that I also got to touch with Irish culture and tradition, including the language and music. I even started learning Irish and playing the ballroom. I'm still a beginner in both. Maybe my Irish is already a little better than my drumming, but I only started in November. And since I wanted to find music other than my teachers to play along with, I Googled around, and that's how I stumbled upon your podcast. Long story short, I've been fascinated by Celtic music, but even more so since I started learning Irish. I wish one day I could sing some traditional songs in Irish. The Shana singing is so beautiful too. Wish you a wonderful Christmas wherever you are, and keep on making music and all the stuff around it. Nollaig hana agus slán go fóill. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you emailing. This came in last year, and I responded at the time, but I was like, well, it was too late for putting it in a podcast. I thought maybe I'll use it, and then I just found it again when I was putting together these show notes. So I really appreciate it. I love getting all the feedback. It is absolutely my favorite part of this show. I mean, I love the music, obviously, but it just gives it a little bit more personal touch. And so please keep the feedback coming. You can, again, send in a voicemail message to CelticPodcast@gmail.com. You can send pictures to that same email address, or you can just send a short comment. Just it doesn't have to be much, doesn't have to be a long story, but anything that shows what you're doing while listening or how this makes you feel or whatever. You can also finally post a message over on Facebook or on Mastodon. I am on both. Celtic Podcast on Facebook and Celtfather on Mastodon if you want to come chat with me over there too. All right, next up, we have Spoil the Dance. They have a new Christmas single. It is called Noel Nouvelet, Sing We Now of Christmas. Here's Spoil the Dance.
Sing we now of Christmas, sing we Noel here. Hear our grateful praises to the
salvation, Lord, and honor thee. Thy son shall be Emmanuel, by seers foretold, most highly favored Lady, Gloria. Of her Emmanuel the Christ was born in Bethlehem all on a Christmas morn, and Christian folk throughout this world will ever say, most highly favored Lady, Gloria.
Oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a prickle as sharp as any thorn, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ on Christmas Day in the morn. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir.
Oh, the holly, she bears a berry as white as the milk, and Mary, she bore Jesus all wrapped up in silk, and Mary, she bore Jesus, our Savior, for to be. And the first tree that's in the greenwood, it was the holly, holly, holly. The first tree that's in the greenwood, it was the holly.
tagad fwy grin gebrach, dan I hawdd I mehl, gydan I gan wy'r slan. Ta grias grwa sperha, saf talaf na clwdach ban. Fe gys ag amsach lifan, san paidjin in livnes gra. Laka lama sleva, shake laken na hier I ska. Askult gjall na spera, ta jakt et foil. Ke gloren ish dana hör, I bläse puska hart. Is fasta poser talav, da arv da vem shichan. Dat I hawdd I mehl, gyda fi gan brihers lan. Ta grias grwes berhaf, sam talad na clwdach ban. Fe chys ag amsach lifan, san paidjin in livnes gra.
After Spoil the Dance came Cherish the Ladies with I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day from their album Christmas in Ireland. Then came Terry McDade with the McDades. That was the Angel Gabriel from Midwinter. Then come Emmanuel Christmas Medley by Brigid's Bounty. You can find them over on SoundCloud. And finally, Ken O'Malley from his album Songs by a Winter's Hearth. That was Don Iha Oud I Behel. My Irish deficiency is once again shows. But I hope you'll be a little bit forgiving this holiday season for me. Thank you so much, patrons of the podcast. Because of your kind and generous support, this show comes out nearly every week. Your generosity funds the creation, promotion, and production of the show. It allows us to attract new listeners and to help our community grow. As a patron, you hear episodes before regular listeners. You get to vote in the Celtic Top 20, and you get a private feed to listen to the show, and that's all for just $1 per episode. Of course, you can also get music-only episodes and a horde of free MP3s as a Songhenger. Here is your 3-step plan to support the podcast. Number 1, go to our Patreon page. Number 2, decide how much you want to pledge every week, $1, $5, $10. Make sure you cap how much you want to spend per month. Number 3, keep listening to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast to celebrate Celtic culture through music. You can become a generous patron of the podcast on Patreon at songhenge.com. Next up, we have Screaming Orphans. They put out a Christmas EP last year called Happy Christmas Volume 1. This is Wishing You a Merry Christmas.
Shows been waiting on
the king's health in the morning. For a soldier he leads a very fine life, and he always is blessed by a charming young wife. And he takes all his debts without sorrow and strife, and always lives pleasant and charming. And a soldier he always is decent and clean. In the finest of clothing he's constantly seen, while other poor fellows go dirty and mean and sup on thin gruel in the morning. But says Arthur, I wouldn't be proud of your clothes, for you've only the land of them, as I suppose, and you dare not change them one night, for you know if you do you'll be flogged in the morning. And although that we are single and free, we take great delight in our own company, and we have no desire strange faces to see, although that your offers are charming. Oh, now says the sergeant, I'll have no such chat, and I neither will take it from Spalpeen or Brat. For if you insult me with one other word, I'll cut off your head in the morning. Though they're old rusty rapiers that hung by their side, we flung them as far as we could in the tide. Now take them out, devils, cried Arthur McBride, and temper their edge in the morning. And the little wee drummer we flattened his palm, and we made a football of his rowdy dow-dow. Threw it in the tide for to rock and to roll, and batted a tedious returning. And so to conclude and to finish disputes, we obligingly asked if they wanted recruits, for we were the lads who would give them hard bouts and bid them look sharp in the morning. Oh, me and me cousin one Arthur McBride, as we went walking down by the seaside. Now mark what followed and what did betide, for it being on Christmas morning.
When I was just a little boy and December was getting near, I asked my father why's Christmas only once a year. He smiled at me and shook his head, someday it will be clear. You don't have to wait 11 months to find some joy and cheer. At the time it didn't make much sense, but then I grew up some. Toys and other presents gave way for other fun. The summer when I turned 18, my dad, he came to me. Come along, let's take a walk, there's something you need to see. Strolled past Maggie's bakery, on down a block or two. Made a turn I never made, through a door I never knew. The people there I knew, my dad, and he knew all but some. It's time you learn the secret, lad, of my favorite pub. The barman's like Santa Claus, pouring good cheer. The waitress is like his helper, she's bringing you your beer. The bouncer is like old Rudolph, showing you the way. The drunk at the bar's like Frosty, he'll slowly melt away. There's peace on earth, goodwill towards men, and
lots of joy and love. It's always Christmas at the pub.
Was the greatest place that I think I've ever been. A couple of shots, a couple of pints, I could see just what he meant. We made new friends and sang old songs and told some stories too. It really was like Christmas, even though it was still June. The years went by, I moved away, have a family of my own. But every year on Christmas, I try to make it home. But when I can't, that's okay, cause this is what I found. You can go to the pub anytime, and it's Christmas all year round.
The barman's like Santa Claus, pouring good cheer. The waitress is like his helper, she's bringing you your beer. The bouncer is like old Rudolph, showing you the way. The drunk at the bar's like Frosty, slowly melt away. There's peace on earth, goodwill towards men, and lots of joy and love. It's always Christmas at the pub. The barman's like Santa Claus, pouring good cheer. The waitress is like his helper, she's bringing you your beer. The bouncer is like old Rudolph, showing you the way. The drunk at the bar's like Frosty, he'll slowly melt away. There's peace on earth, goodwill towards men, and lots of joy and love. It's always Christmas at the pub. There's peace on earth, goodwill towards men, and lots of joy and love. It's always Christmas at the pub.
Send them one by one. One for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary, who's born in Bethlehem. Children go where I send thee. How should I send thee? Oh, I'm gonna send you 2 by 2. 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby, 1 for the Virgin Mary, who's born in Bethlehem. Children go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send them 3 by 3. 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bit baby, born of the Virgin Mary, who's born in Bethlehem. Children go where I send thee. How should I send thee? Oh, I'm gonna send you 4 by 4. 4 for the 4 who stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby, born of the Virgin Mary, who's born in Bethlehem. Children go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? Oh, I'm gonna send them 5 by 5. 5 for the gospel preachers, 4 for the 4 who stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the itty bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary, who's born in Bethlehem. Children go where I send thee. How should I send thee? I'm gonna send you 6 by 6. 6 for the 6 who couldn't get fixed, 5 for the gospel preachers, 4 for the 4 who stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, and 1 for the itty bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary, who's born in Bethlehem. 7, 7 by 7. 7 for the 7 who couldn't get to heaven. 6 for the 6 who couldn't get fixed. 5 for the gospel preacher. 4 for the 4 who stood at the door. 3 for the Hebrew children. 2 for Paul and Silas. 1 for the little bitty baby born of the Virgin Mary, who's born in Bethlehem. Assembly. That's where the whole thing started, way down in the manger. 8 for the 8 who stood at the gate. 7 for the 7 who couldn't get to heaven. 6 for the 6 who couldn't get fixed. 5 for the gospel preachers. 4 for the 4 who stood at the door. 3 for the Hebrew children. 2 for Paul and Silas. 1 for the itty bitty baby born of the Virgin Mary, who's born in Bethlehem. Who's born in Bethlehem.
Gently fallen and the nights are closing in. The autumn winds are all but gone. Another year is nearly over and I'm older though it seems. This Christmas I'll be coming home. And this time of year it brings me back to when I was a child. All the memories of trimming trees and dinner on the boil. Oh, that little town in Newfoundland brought joy from year to year, where the waters gleam with Christmas cheer. So let's get the kids in line and leave our worries behind, for tomorrow will be Christmas Day. So let's take a ride, find peace of mind, where the boat shine bright with lights in Port of Rain. People come from all around, all for a chance to see the boats all laced in green and red. For me it's been a while, I can't help but smile, the family's hand in hand, for a picture on this night we won't forget. So let's get the kids in line and leave our worries behind, for tomorrow will be Christmas Day. Let's take a ride, find peace of mind, where the boats shine bright with lights in Port of Rain. They string every line with care and pride. The harbor's alive as they roll with the tide. The lights may fade, but the memories remain. For the more things change, the more they stay the same. Leave our worries behind. Tomorrow will be Christmas Day.
after Screaming Orphans came Scythian. They have a brand new Christmas album out. It's called Christmas Out at Sea. And I gotta be, that's a track called Arthur McBride. And I've seen that on Christmas albums before, Celtic Christmas albums before. And I was like, I don't get that. How does it? And of course, if you listen to the lyrics, it does mention that it happens on Christmas morning in many versions. So I just thought that was amusing when I was like, maybe, why do we play that? I don't get it. And obviously I wasn't listening close enough. Or at least I forgot since last time. I think I played it on the podcast, on one of my podcasts, maybe the Celtic Christmas podcast, but before, but whatever. Speaking of which, the Celtic Christmas podcast has a whole bunch of new episodes this year. Head on over to CelticChristmasPodcast.com if you want to find some more great Celtic Christmas music. You can find it at CelticChristmasPodcast.com. So that track by Scythian features Catie Parker Fedoryka singing. After Scythian came Plunk Murray with Christmas at the Pub from their same titled album that came out this year. Eileen Ivers does not have a Christmas album. Well, this was not a Christmas album, Scatter the Light. But as I was listening to some of the tracks, I was like, well, that's very much there's several Christmas themed songs on there. So check it out. That was Children Go. And we finished up the set with Brad Tuck. That was The Lights of Port de Grave. It's from a single that he released several years back. And if you want to find out more about it, you want the liner notes for that song, check out the Celtic Christmas podcast because show number 68 features him talking about The Lights of Port de Grave. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast and coming back each and every week. For many of you, for many, many, many long years, I really appreciate all of your kindness and support of this show. I have just one final track to share with you. It is West of Eden. This is the title track of their new Christmas album. It's called Next Stop Christmas. It features Stefan Andersson. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Nella Kanadiv and Sláinte.
It was time. Won't miss a thing, I'll leave it all behind. Out of sight and out of mind. The train is rushing through the night, from darkness straight into the light, and everything will be alright. It's next stop Christmas. Next stop Christmas. Time to leave now, your worries all behind.
The weight of the world off your shoulders.
Bring some joy to the sad, some good to the bad. As the night's getting darker and colder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rushing through the night, from darkness straight into the light,
Celtic Christmas music was produced by Marc Gunn. The show is edited by Mitchell Peterson with graphics by Miranda Nelson Designs. The show is supported by Christmas music lovers just like yourself over on Patreon. Join others to spread Christmas cheer. Sign up for just $1 per episode. Visit our website to subscribe to the podcast and find links to all the artists played in this show. Finally, please tell one friend about the podcast. Word of mouth is the absolute best way to support any creative endeavor. Promote Celtic culture through Christmas music at CelticChristmasPodcast.com. Nollaig.